Hi guys, this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm here for another bit of a play with making our beautiful kind of Christmas box filled with attic goodies. Or kind of Christmas Carol on the desk goodies, you know, I'm not quite sure what we're going to be calling it yet. But the gorgeous kind of attic inspired papers that we're going to have inside the box. So all of my bits have been obviously drying overnight, and yep, they're all nicely dry now, so ready to be able to use. I've got my lovely snippet roll that we obviously made, and then I've got a whole pile of you know, very grungy looking coffee dyed pieces here. So let's just kind of get on and make a few little bits. Now, I have to say, I have been watching some videos trying to get kind of inspiration for what type of thing that I was trying to go for. And absolutely years ago, or, you know, a couple of years ago, I saw the Amity Bloom heirloom envelopes that she made, and I've always kind of fancied doing some of those types of things. So that's going to maybe be a little bit of inspiration for what we're going to be filling the box with. They're not going to obviously be replicas of hers or identical to hers. They're probably going to turn out nothing like hers if I'm truthful, but that's the kind of thing that I'm hoping to go for. So yeah, let's kind of just crack on. Oh, I do apologise, I still haven't cleaned my desk. Because obviously everything's been drying on there, so I just totally forgot that it was so messy underneath everything. So I do apologise for that. Right, so I have got these paper bags, which I mentioned last time. Now, when I ordered these, I ordered them and didn't realise that I'd ordered the wrong size. But, you know, that's fine. And I'm just going to kind of embrace this, you know, this size that I didn't realise I was ordering. So let's kind of just make a couple of, you know, pockets and things like that, I think, out of these. So obviously, like I say, everything's been coffee dyed and, you know, scrumptious, well, made scrumptious from the coffee dye. So let's grab in some papers. Now, obviously, I coffee dyed a lot of paper yesterday, but I'm going to just pull in some other papers that I've just printed quickly this morning, that we can just kind of cover some of this bag in. So I'm not going to kind of obviously coffee dye this, although I could, but yeah, probably just kind of a bit of a lazy time saving thing. I'm not going to. So I'm just going to tear down a few bits here to pop onto this paper bag. And, you know, again, just don't want to kind of overthink this. I just want to get some bits down on here. So let's just glue these down. Oops. Okay. Yeah, you know, when you kind of can't really put your finger on quite what it is that you're going for, and you're not going to know until you've created it. That's a bit where I'm at with this project. I just want to do something a bit different to anything I've kind of done before. Sorry, I'm just trying to get that, you know, the bit that blocks the glue, kind of pull it out. Yeah, I probably won't really know what it is I'm going for, if I'm truthful, until I've done it, if that makes sense, because that's just, yep, that's just how I'm rolling today. Well, this week anyway. Right, let me just get my wipe. But I just want to have lots of, you know, just lots of yummy texture and, yeah, just glorious Christmas goodness. Oh, I don't know. Again, can you tell I've not had breakfast? So I'm filming this on a weekend. I don't that often film on weekends, although I seem to be saying that all the time recently, so perhaps I'm filming on weekends more than I thought. But yeah, everyone's kind of... Actually, no, I was going to say everyone's still asleep. People are not still asleep. My middle son's actually got up and gone to the gym. My daughter's in her room. She's watching Modern Family on her tablet. I mean, that's something that we kind of generally watch as a family. Oh, we've been watching it for ages, but there's loads and loads of episodes of that. So, yeah, we're kind of still watching it. But it just seems to go on and on and on, which, you know, which is great, because it's another one of those just really easy to throw on type of things. Which sometimes that's just what you need, isn't it? Just something kind of light and easy entertainment. I mean, some are funnier than others, obviously, but yeah, I mean, on the whole, it's all quite funny. But yeah, she's in her room watching that, so very strange. I mean, normally she watches utter light rubbish, you know. all these weird kind of things that she watches, normally involving slime, how to make slime from things in your kitchen cupboard, or how to make, you know, toy animals from slime, and just really strange things that she watches. But yeah, I kind of said to her, oh, you know, what are you watching? And she said, oh, Modern Family. It's like, well, check her out. She's watching Modern Family now. So, well, not now. I mean, obviously she's watched it before, but yeah, just made me kind of chuckle that she was watching it on her own. Right, okay, so I've got these pieces now. Like I say, I'm going to hopefully get this quite, well, quite festive. So I'm thinking kind of golds and things like that quite a bit on here. So yeah, I think I probably want to incorporate some golds. Now, do I want to edge around this in gold before I glue this on, is the question, or do I just want to go for this anyway? Oh, it's a tough decision, to be honest. I think I might edge this in gold so as it stands out nicely. Oops, I'm just grabbing my gold paint. So, right, just going to put some down here on the desk. So yeah, I just want to kind of edge this slightly in gold, just so as it kind of stands out from the rest of the piece. So we just go around the whole edge like that. Okay. Now I'm thinking maybe before we kind of put this together as a pocket, oops, before we put this together as a pocket, I'm wondering whether I should ruffle something along here. So either some ribbon or, yeah, maybe some ribbon. Let me just, oops, put all these bits and pieces that I've got here on my lap, just put them to one side. And now I'm actually thinking maybe I shouldn't do this as a pocket. Maybe I should do this as a little opening piece. More like a journal, but just with a kind of, oh, I can't decide now. Well, I mean, to be honest, I've got a couple of bags that I've coffee dyed, so I could do more than one thing. Right, let me just see what ribbon I've got, whether I've got any that would be good on here. Because I'm thinking the satiny look would be quite nice on here. Not sure that that's quite the right colour. Oh. Let's have a look. Oh, I don't know if I've got anything that's going to be, well, not in there, I haven't. Let me just quickly nip off, and because I've got some rolls of ribbon that I haven't even started yet. So let me just quickly come over here. Aha, right, I've got a couple of different bits here. Oh, in fact, now I'm over here looking at the ribbons, I've actually got a few different things. So yeah, I've got a few. They might be too wide actually now I'm looking, because obviously this has all got to be quite smallish because it's going into that box. I'm loving that blue, quite like that blue too. Oh. Well, again, you know, I don't have to commit to any one. I can have lots of different, you know, ribbons and what have you going on, can't I? Because we've got, you know, we've got a couple of different bags and we're going to have a bunch of different things. Now, I'm looking in that box and already thinking, the box is going to be too small. I'm not going to get half the stuff in the box that I'm hoping to get in. It's, yeah, going to be a tall order, I think, trying to squish everything in. But that's fine. Right, so, yeah, I'm thinking down here to have some ribbon going on. I think would look gorgeous. So let's put this piece on here. Now I'm wondering, do I want some more paper in the background? Maybe just a little bit of, I just printed off, you know, a bunch of different pieces from the kit so that I had lots, you know, lots of things going on. So let's just see whether we could have this one here. Oh, that's quite pretty, isn't it? Just going to get rid of that straight edge. Yeah, and we'll just pop that one down there. I mean, I'm really just going for lots of texture here. You know, I want everything to be, you know, that crunchy, gorgeous yumminess. I mean, I know I've said it before, but you know, like Laurie Girl on a Ridge, she just achieves that crunchy kind of thing every single time that she makes something, doesn't she? And it just, you know, you want to touch it, want to be there kind of touching it. I'm hoping that that's the type of thing that we're going to achieve here. Yeah, her stuff, it's like magic. She just has this ability to make everything just look so yummy and tactile. Right, now I haven't inked anything yet, but I think I'm going to just quickly ink around because obviously my paper is not, you know, it's not coffee dyed. So I think it would benefit from just inking a little bit. I'm just going to have maybe that slither in there. Or, yeah, let's just put that one in. Like I say, I think here, crunch is the thing that we're going to go for. So just maximum crunch type effect. Okay. Right. Yeah, liking that. Now, just going to put a stick pin in my glue because it's not wanting to come out all that brilliantly today, which is annoying. Right, where's my blendy tool? What have I done with that? Oh, I don't know. I have got another one in here, I think. Oh, I found another one yesterday. Not yesterday, the other day anyway, when I was doing another video. And I can't believe that actually I've already lost it now. Already. Right, let's just use my blendy brushes. Because I just want to get a bit of colour here going around the, you know, the papers that haven't been coffee dyed. So, yeah, that's all I'm kind of trying to do is just get a little bit of inked edges just on those. Okay, that looks good, doesn't it? And then we're going to just glue this one down like that. So now I need to, oops, I hope that gold paint's dry. That gold paint doesn't take too long to dry. It's pretty fast dry and stuff. Just going to put a little dab of glue here. Okay. Oh, well, it was going to happen, wasn't it? Yep, I've now put my glue in the gold paint. Ugh, it's only a matter of time before these things start to happen. Oh gosh, now I've smudged it all over my envelope. Oh, now I've put the envelope in the glue. This is, oh no, now I've got gold on the front. Oh dear, this is just going to be a hideous disaster video. We could call it a disaster movie. No, I'm not kidding myself that I'm, you know, at the standard of making movies. Please don't misinterpret what I'm saying. Right, okay. So obviously, because this is not going to be stuck in a journal or anything like that, I need to kind of do some bits on the back as well. You know, which quite honestly, I often don't really bother with the backs because, you know, quite often things are going in journals. But like I say, this isn't going in a journal. It's just going to be kind of loose for pulling in. So I just need to kind of do some bits on the back as well. So let's just glue some papers down here. Okay. Yeah, I really kind of, I'm thinking now put some pages in this. I know it's not got the same size, you know, on the front and the back, but actually I think that would make that quite, you know, quite fun. So yeah, I'm thinking go for pages. Right, let's just pop some of this on. Yeah, okay. Like that, and in there. Then just kind of spread that down. And then, yeah, okay. Now I'm going to edge this around a little bit in the gold because, you know, I want this to look very Christmassy and gorgeous and, you know, a bit more special than kind of our ordinary things. So hopefully I'm going to get some yumminess going on here. And right, now if I'm going to have this opening as a little journal, I need to kind of consider that. So yeah, I need to kind of do some gold in the inside as well. So that continuity, and actually along this edge. Probably should have put my other papers on the inside as well. But again, I actually kind of wasn't really thinking, and yeah, forgot that we would obviously need to do some stuff on the inside of here, because I was thinking, you know, it was going to be a folded pocket, but okay. So, you know, I'm just kind of dabbing this anywhere, to be honest. It doesn't really matter. And I haven't inked up these papers yet, so, but I can always go in and ink these afterwards. Now, these bags, they get a little bit of a torn edge on them because they're attached, you know, with string. So, yeah, they've got like a torn edge where they become detached from the string. But, you know, that's fine. I mean, I could have cut it off, like with my decorative scissors, and then obviously I wouldn't have had to worry. But actually, I don't mind it being on there. Okay, right, let's put the lid back on the ink. So I'm just going to wait for this to dry for a couple of minutes. It doesn't take too long. So whilst that's drying, let's pull in something else. So, right, so I've got one of those little envelopes that I did here. I'm just going to get rid of this. I know it's a bit wasteful because I will be having more gold in a minute, but very likely to dab my envelope in it, to be honest, because yeah, that's just how I seem to be operating today. Now, one thing that Amity Bloom did in her heirloom envelopes, she made these kind of like tuck envelopes, if you know what I mean. She had like an envelope within an envelope. I'm not sure that these are going to be quite the right things. I'm wondering if she made her envelopes actually. I think she probably made them. Now I'm looking, because this isn't going to work. Okay, right, let's just have a quick look, see whether I could do anything with these paper bags. So I'm just wondering, oh no, that's not going to work. Well, I guess it could work like that. Let's just take that down there. Kind of making like an envelope flap here. And then, see, what I need is a straight edge envelope, really. Don't think I've really got any. So I might need to make an envelope. Oh, this is going to be a bit tricky. Right, hang on. Let's just see. See if we can do anything like that. So this is with a couple of those brown paper bags, and I'm just wondering whether I could do kind of what she did in making an envelope like this. So this would tuck up there, and then you'd have an envelope flap here and an envelope flap there. And then actually in the back, you could even have this as a little pocket. What do we think to that? Let's give this a try. So I'm just going to fold it round. Right, I'm going to, yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to perhaps stitch this across, so that this is a little bit sturdier. Right, okay, this is very bodgy, this whole video, to be honest. Let's not kid ourselves. The whole video has been pretty bodgy so far. So, right, so just gluing this down. I'm not using too much glue, but I just want to glue it into place, because otherwise by the time I get to the sewing machine, I will have forgotten what I thought I would do. So then we're going to have this as an envelope flap. So yeah, okay, right. So we're going to have these two as envelope flaps like that. And I'm thinking, you see, the brown paper bag just adds that extra kind of crunch factor that I'm trying to get in this project. So thinking glue that Right. Okay. So I don't want this too high on there because I want to have plenty of room to get things in. So what I'm going to do is just do a little dab of glue at the bottom so this stays together just while I'm taking it to the sewing machine, like that. Okay, and then this one I want to have like this, so that's going to be my inside of my envelope, and then coming around the back, oops, I'm going to have it folded up here. So what I want to do, I think, is cut this all down. So yeah, okay, right, so I'm going to cut across here, so I've just not got quite so much bulk there. So let's just take this like that, and again, doesn't have to be straight because this is all going to be covered up inside my envelope. Right, I know you're probably thinking, well, that doesn't resemble any kind of envelope so far. You're right, it really doesn't. I'm hoping it's going to by the end. So was that the bit no, right, so we're going to have this here like that. Okay, that doesn't look very straight either, does it? I don't know. And then this one's going to fold over like that, so okay. What do we think to that as an envelope? I'm not sure. Can't help but think I actually probably would prefer it without this back pocket. So yeah, I'm not loving that bit, I think. Which that's a bit of a shame because, you know, if I take it down, I'm not going to love that either. But having said that, I could easily cover this bit up with some lace. So, yeah, let's just fold this over here. Okay. I just, again, run a little bit of glue and I'm just going to cut this down here. So it's, you know, totally a waste of the piece I had already done earlier, but that's fine, doesn't matter. So like that, okay, and then I probably just want to run a little bit of glue here along this edge as well. Oh, sorry if you can hear my daughter coughing, she's still got that nasty cough. Okay, right, oh my gosh, I mean, what is going on with this? What is going on with this? I've kind of lost track of what I was doing. What was I doing? Right, so, oh yeah, I'm just kind of making my envelope. I mean, I could have just glued it without having any part folded over, if you see what I mean. I could have just had the two bits meeting at the bottom. I thought this would somehow look neater, but actually I'm not sure. Not sure it is. Yeah, I probably could have just cut it off at the bottom. Well, let's go for this now, because we've kind of done this now. So, yeah, I'm just going to glue this section here along that bottom piece of the envelope. Honestly, I mean, talk about make a hash of this. This was all to just try and achieve this, you know, this double flap envelope, which I've made these before in a mass make using like cardstock. The reason I haven't done it like that is because I'm going for the crunch factor with this project. So I want everything to feel and sound and, you know, be flimsy and, yeah, just yummy and scrumptious. Right, so I'm going to take this over to the sewing machine and stitch this together in a minute. So what I will do, I will just stitch up here, if you see what I mean. I'll stitch across the bottom. And then, yeah, I probably don't need to do anything with that back piece, do I? That would be, yeah, that would be good enough, I think. So, yeah, that's all I'm going to do with that. Right, let's put that to one side. Let's pull back in this piece that we had here and hope that this is now, you know, dryish. So, right, I've just got this piece of paper bag, so I'm just wondering whether I could use this at all here to make some sort of pocket. Oh, to be honest, I mean, that's just probably a bit pointless. It's not really very big, so I'm not going to bother with that. Right, okay. So obviously, because I'm now using this as a booklet, I just need to put some more paper in here, because obviously, yeah, I hadn't planned on doing that, and I made a U-turn, so now I've just got to put a bit more paper in the middle, because otherwise it's just going to look absolutely rubbish. Okay. Yeah, this is just winging a prayer stuff. I mean, sometimes that's how it goes, isn't it? If you're trying something new for the first time, which I am here, and you don't quite know where you're headed, you know, you've kind of got no choice, have you, but to do the wing and a prayer, because it's all just trial and error, and you don't know really whether it's going to turn out and pan out okay. But I really hope it does, especially as I'm doing this on video, because otherwise it's just going to be so rubbish. So rubbish that, you know, yeah, probably question whether I would even upload the video. No, I probably would, but yeah, it would be with massive apologies constantly through it. Right, okay. So I'm just going to kind of fill that in. I mean, I just want basically some bits, you know, going across. So yeah, that's just, oh, this is so annoying. I wish my daughter wouldn't come to my glue, because she will, you know, just leave it kind of not upside down and things. So anyway, right, get lots of glue down there, and then, oops, where's my crease? Yeah, kind of in that middle crease, which of course is not in the middle, so that was throwing me off then slightly. Okay, so glue that down. Okay, and then take my fold where my fold line was, which was about there. Okie dokie, whoops. I think I folded that now quite where it was folded. Okay, right. Going to squish that down. So that's my piece now. Okay, right. Got one or two bits that just need a bit of extra glue. Okay, yeah. And then we're just going to kind of fill this with some papers, and then I want to do like that ruffly ribbon, and hopefully then it's going to look really scrumptious. So let's just bring in a couple of those bits that we coffee dyed. So I had that greaseproof paper. So now have to bear in mind that I've got a longer back than a front, so I can definitely have all different size of pages in here. And I don't even need to fold them in half, if you see what I mean. I can fold them so that some bits have longer backs than fronts, and, you know, things like that. So, I mean, hopefully we're going to just have quite an interesting, eclectic mix of stuff going on. So let's just cut this down. So these are a couple of those pages that I kind of shrunk, you know, printed two to a page on the printer. And I just coffee dyed the backs of these rather than all over. Could have done the fronts as well, but yeah, just kind of didn't. And now I'm thinking perhaps I should have done. I don't know. Anyway, right. So I might have this like that, and then I might even tear this edge, you know, for a bit more kind of like eclecticness. I know. Not really a word, but let's just go for that anyway. And then, you know, I'm going to obviously staple all these pages into here. Now, obviously, as well, I could do with some longer pages. So I've also got that red deli paper that I talked about. So, or greaseproof paper, as we kind of tend to refer to it here. So I'm just going to, whoops, fold that. And then I'm just going to cut that sort of taller. Okay. And then I might just even tear right the way along. Thank you. Oh, come on. Oh, sorry. I've gone so close to the edge now, I've got nothing to grab. Nothing to grab to be able to tear it. Oh, that's so annoying. Oh, well, that's probably good enough. So, yeah, let's just bin those bits. Okay. Yeah, that's nice, isn't it? Now, I'm thinking actually I need to really do some other fuller pages because obviously that page is quite small. So, yeah, I might have to actually coffee dye some more of the larger pages so that I've got, yeah, some bigger bits going on in there. Maybe not that one. Because I think I said, but since obviously the last video, I have printed off some more sheets. So on copy paper rather than the card. It's such a shame that that image is not going to be at the front. So I'm thinking kind of have this in there. Yeah, just fold it down so as I know roughly where it needs to be cut. And then I will obviously coffee dye this off camera so as not to, you know, bore the life out of everyone. And then, yeah, I'll probably have to finish this piece off camera. But then I can always just come back and obviously show you, you know, in another video how it looked. I mean, obviously I'm going to do a flip through of this anyway. So, I mean, you know, you will get to see the finished piece. Okay, just going to cut this down here at the bottom as well. Okay. And obviously I can put some plain pages in here as well. Oops, I need to come down slightly more on that edge. I'm not too worried about the edge being with that white core because obviously when I coffee dye this, it will probably soak through. So yeah, don't need to worry too much. But yeah, so I'm going to coffee dye this and put some other coffee dyed sheets in there. And then we'll just kind of make this as like a little crunchy, gorgeous journal. So, I mean, to be honest, you know, I don't want to kid myself or anything, but I feel like it's really resembling something a little bit Laurie Girl on a Ridge style. Oh, Laurie, if you watch this, I hope you're not insulted by me saying that. Okay, right. So I'm going to go across to my sewing machine with the envelope because I'm going to obviously finish this off camera when I coffee dyed some more pages. But hopefully you'll get the idea. And then I will come back in a second with this envelope. Okay, so I'm back from the sewing machine. Now I have to confess, I mucked this up straight away. Yeah, couldn't really see what I was doing. So I ended up stitching too high on the inside flap, if you see what I mean. So yeah, I had to then go in higher than I really wanted to. So it's still got a really good manageable gap. And actually, because I've used these paper bags, look at how flexible they are to get in to the envelope. I absolutely love how this has come across. It's, you know, it's just brilliant. Now, obviously down here, I have got this kind of fold piece, which I'm not so keen on, but hopefully we're going to just cover that up with, you know, a bunch of paper and what have you. So it will hopefully, you know, all look amazing once it's done, is the plan. Who knows? Stranger things have happened. It may not look amazing at all. So I've torn off here a little cluster because I thought this would just look scrummy and gorgeous with a cluster, maybe on this side of the envelope rather than the other side. So yeah, that's going to look really nice on there. Now I've got some red tissue paper here, which I got some bits in Happy Mail. I think this was when I received my lovely rings. And I just wondered whether we could have some tissue on here. You know, because obviously tissue is nice and kind of crinkly and, you know, just incorporate a bit more of that Christmas crunch. Let's tear off a little bit more of that kind of deli paper. Because I just want everything to be yummy and crunchy. So just see, might be able to have that on there. Now, also going to cut off some lace because I want to have lots of lace trim and, you know, just gorgeous, gorgeous things. So this looks really scrumptious and, you know, so you just want to touch it basically. So yeah, let's just take the lace here. I mean, that looks quite pretty, doesn't it? And then I'm thinking maybe some of the ribbon. Now, Oh, again, I'm not sure which colour would be best. I mean, obviously this is very Christmassy with the green. And we have got some green, obviously, on the cluster. I'm not sure. Not sure, if I'm truthful. So let's just get some of the decorative paper and just kind of layer up a couple of bits in the back of the envelope. So let me just close that down because that's obviously the flap. Okay, because that just gives me then a guide as to where I need to stick some things. So, oh, this glue. What is going on today? I washed the glue out the other day. It was the second time I've washed it out. And yeah, it was all good until my daughter got her hands on it. It's got to be said. Okay. Yeah, so instead of being just like heirloom envelopes, maybe this would be like an heirloom box. You know, maybe, I don't know what we're going to call it. Maybe an heirloom treasure trove. I'm not sure. Well, who knows? I mean, to be honest, like I say, I'm kind of limited in the space that I've got to be able to fill in that box. I might find actually I'll only have like 3 things actually fit in the box. So maybe it won't be much of a treasure trove at all because it will be half empty. Oh, hadn't really kind of thought of that. But it was just that when I started making that first piece and I thought, oh, actually, that's going to bulk up pretty quickly. And then I glanced down at the box, which is currently still behind my desk. And I thought, oh, do you know what? I don't think I'm going to fit that much stuff in there. And then it's going to be not much in the way of treasure trove at all. Yeah. Right, let's just quickly get some of that glue out. Okay. Yeah, so I don't know whether I want to have a kind of proper piece on here, i.e. like a, you know, like an address kind of piece, or whether we should just have it more naked, you know, just with the clustery type bit in there. What do we think? I think maybe just like that, to be honest. So I'm going to just hot glue this down. So I'm just going to put some hot glue here and just push that or press that tissue down. And then this little bit of greaseproof paper, I probably should actually attach that onto the cluster, I'm thinking. Like that. Okay, that looks very pretty, doesn't it? So what I'm going to do, before I glue this cluster on, I'm going to just put some gold touches around here. But before I do that, I'm just going to put some paper on this side of the envelope as well. Just because, obviously, once we get gluing some other bits on, you know, it might get quite lumpy and bumpy. So it's probably easier to just glue some bits on now before it gets too lumpy and bumpy. So, yeah, let's get some bits glued down and stuck on now. Okay. Oops. Yeah, I'm going to have to go and print some more on some other, you know, just copy paper. Because I'm thinking copy paper, you know, is probably the way to go for the crunchy factor. So although I printed it all on the card, you know, that's what I generally kind of would use ordinarily if I was making a journal. Because I'm making this whole crunchy thing, I'm going for a crunchy theme here. I'm thinking actually paper would be better because paper's going to have more of a crunch, isn't it? Right, let's just see. Oh, what's happened to the other stuff that I printed this morning? Can't have used it all, surely. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I thought, well, that's strange. I know I printed some other bits. Oh, I don't know. Unless we could have her on there. Because she's the same girl that's on the cluster, so that might be quite nice, mightn't it? Let's just tear her out. I love how she's just looking through that window. She just looks so gorgeous, doesn't she? You know, it feels so Christmassy just seeing her just looking through the window like that, doesn't it? So, yeah, let's just put that down. Like that. Okay. Oh, I'm so sorry if you can hear my daughter. Honestly, she feels fine. So, yeah, please don't worry. She's feeling fine. But, yeah, it is a nasty cough. Right. Now, I'm thinking maybe just finish this off with some lace across the flap. So I'm just going to cut that down and a bit there. Just cut that header piece off. Just kind of seeing how it's going to be looking, because obviously, gosh, I'm so sorry. I just suddenly noticed that the video had flicked off, and yeah, I do apologise for that. So we're just going to put some lace across that flap. Now I'm wondering whether we need some paper as well up there. So let's just see about this, which is of course some of those lovely windows and things from the building. That looks pretty, doesn't it? So yeah, I'm just going to put that along the top as well. Yes, my eldest son, he's still in bed. I don't know whether he's still asleep, but he was asleep. But he may well have woken up now because I've been up here for some time. But yeah. Okay, so I'm going to have it like that. Now, obviously on the inside, I might just leave this crunchy, but might have something on here. So probably some more of that pretty paper. I'm not sure now. I've got some green, so maybe some of the green. I love these kind of jewelry colours. They're just very, very pretty. I mean, I always love green anyway, but yeah, this is a really sort of rich, scrumptious colour green. Right, let's just take a bit. Oh, sorry, nearly lost my pile of stuff that's piled up. Let me just tear this piece down, because I'm thinking actually maybe it just needs more of a sliver rather than, you know, the whole thing kind of covered. So yeah, maybe kind of more like that, I think. Yeah, okay, so let's just again glue that in, or on, in or on, like that. Okay, right. Then we've got this piece on here. Again, just pop a little bit more glue. So that's glued right down to the edge. Okay, right. Now, do I need to ink all of this? I suppose I should, just for continuity, because we inked the other thing, didn't we? The, you know, the thing that we're going to make that journal. We inked all of those bits. So I guess just for continuity, we'll do it on here as well. Like that. A bit here. Like that. And this bit here. And then obviously on the other side, just quickly ink that bit there. Okay. Right, okay. Then I'm going to quickly go in with some of the gold paint. Oops. Come on. Right. Okay, so I'm just going to get some gold. Doesn't matter if it kind of goes onto the tissue, that's fine. Maybe even makes it more interesting actually. A bit down here. Now obviously this bit's going to be pretty much covered up with the lace anyway, but that's fine. And then up around, and then of course across the top where the fold is. And then obviously around the front. Like that. Okay. And then we've got the two flaps, so of course we want to do both of those. So, oops, a bit on the inside as well. Yeah, I'm not, I think, going to cover the inside of this flap. Oops, are you okay, darling? What fell, sweetie? Sorry about that. My daughter's just obviously dropped something. So, yeah. Right, okay. Oh, okay, she's knocked something off the wall. You know, like a plaque that we have hung up on the wall. Oh, it's okay, don't worry. I'll put it back on when I come downstairs. Didn't hurt you or anything, did it? No, that's all right then. I didn't think it could have done because she would have been crying, I can assure you. So she's not shy. She's not shy if she hurts herself or anything. She likes to let everybody know. Right. Okay, and just a little bit in here. So again, just then. Oh, you've hung it back up, have you? Oh, well done. Oh. Oh, wow, look at you. You shouldn't really do that. She, with her Halloween costume this year, it came with some red sparkly false eyelashes. Now, I don't know about you guys. False eyelashes are something I've never in my whole life worn because I would be absolutely terrified to put them on. You know, glue and eyes. I mean, hello. That just does not sound like a good combination, does it, to be honest? I mean, especially as you've seen how I am with my glue. I mean, oh, no sooner as it opened, I'm covered in it. So the thought of putting it anywhere near my eyes is slightly terrifying, it's got to be said. But she has evidently just put it on herself. So, yeah.
No, it was from last time's glue.
Yeah, but you've put them on yourself.
Well, it's actually not that hard.
Are you sure? It sounds pretty dicey to me. Okay. Right. Well, they look very beautiful on you. They're red glittery ones. I mean, again, not everyone could carry that look off, could they? Definitely that's not a look that I'm thinking I could carry off. But hey, guess when you're 7, you probably can. Okay. Right, there we go. Yeah, I mean, young girls, they wear false eyelashes all the time now, don't they? So, you know, they kind of wear them during the day and everything, don't they? And, oh, it just looks terrifying to me. Those and that eyelash curler thing, they also look pretty terrifying, to be honest, because you kind of clamp your own real eyelashes in there. Again, who would want to do that? Just, yeah, it looks terrifying. Oh, I can't even bear watching people do it. I have visions of just my eyelash getting kind of like stuck in there and, yeah, having to then pull it off. Ah, just horrible, horrible, horrible. So thank goodness I'm not of an age where I need to be doing things like that. Right, there we go. So I might just quickly put a little bit of gold around here. Oops, look, I've dabbed some on there anyway. So lucky I'm feeling the gold, isn't it? Because, yeah, it's got some touches of gold dabbed on there now anyway. Right. Yeah, so going to have that down there. And, yeah, so let's just put the lace down across here. Okay, let me use my stick pin again. Oh, come on. Oh, really? Come on. No. This is so annoying because, I mean, it must only be a few days since I actually did wash this out. So I thought I was going to be really good to go, you know, oops, for the longest time. And now, of course, I've got glue everywhere. Okay, right. Okay. Oh, darling, do you need to go and blow your nose? So sorry, guys. I will encourage her to go off and blow her nose now, so I do apologise. Okay, right. So this, yeah, I'm going to just glue this on here. So I love how that cluster looks. It's gorgeous, isn't it? So again, just going in with the hot glue. Like that. Okay, Right, so that's my envelope. Now, obviously, it's a bit soggy now because I've glued a lot of bits on there. And, of course, the paper bag, it kind of just drinks in the glue. It's not like it, you know, lets it go, if you know what I mean. It loves to be soggy. I've got these flowers, which I know they're not kind of generally the same sort of colours as the Christmas, you know, the Christmas kit. But I just want this to look really scrumptious and gorgeous. So I'm thinking this flower looks pretty on there somewhere. Now, I might even have to do some bit, you know, touches of gold on the thing. I would do glitter, but I think I mentioned this before. Yeah, my daughter's been at the glitter and now I have none left. So I might have to, you know, pop down to the range today and buy some glitter and maybe some more gold paint because I'm on my last bits of gold paint as well. So I'm just going to go around the edges of these petals a little bit. Okay. I've had these flowers for a really long time. Again, I bought them when they were kind of on sale and, you know, I'd loved them for ages and I thought, oh, can't wait to use them. Well, they've got this quite a sort of lumpy knob type bit at the back, which actually makes them quite difficult to use because, of course, they don't really lie flat, you know, which is a bit annoying because then they're not really kind of ideal on many projects. But wondering whether I need to get rid of that even on here and then just hot glue. Oops, I've pulled it off anyway now, look. So yeah, no longer an option. I just have to go with it now. So yeah, let's just hot glue this bead in place. So it's funny, isn't it? Sometimes the things that you've wanted for ages, you know, when you get them, actually, they often turn out to be the things that you kind of not like the least, but maybe kind of struggle to use. Like I say, I mean, for me, it's just because of that lumpy back. It makes these a little bit, you know, renders them a bit useless. But yeah, I'd liked them for ages. So it goes to show, doesn't it? Just because you've liked something for the longest time doesn't mean you're going to, use it the most. Oh, I love how that flower looks on there. That is so, so beautiful. And actually, I'm just wondering now whether I could have any lace, ribbon coming off of there as well. Do you know, I think that looks gorgeous. So I think, let's just glue this. Glue that together. Oops. Like that. And then I'm just going to cut this side. Like that, okay. Oh, how gorgeous does that look? I love how that looks. So yeah, that just finishes that flower off perfectly, doesn't it? So let's just hot glue this onto that flap. And then we're just going to hot glue the whole flower straight onto that ribbon. Scrummy, scrummy. I love how that looks. So like I say, I mean, it is a little bit on the soggy side because obviously it's got a lot of wet elements still on that envelope. But oh my gosh, how gorgeous does that look? I love it. It just looks gorgeous, doesn't it? Now I'm thinking now we maybe need something else on the back because the back looks a little bit drab in comparison to the front. So yeah, we might have to kind of have a bit of ribbon, maybe like ruffled along here or something. I'm thinking it needs something at the top. I wanted to leave it brown with the crinkly paper bag, but now I'm thinking actually that looks a bit boring. Got this pretty lace here, so I can't tell you how much stuff I've got piled up here, honestly. It's like a mountain just waiting to literally topple down. Right, I've just got some of this. Let's just cut this down. I'm just going to try and tear this because I do love that kind of rusticy ruggedy torn look. Let's just take a couple, because we don't need loads. Thinking, yeah, could we have like some of this somewhere? Like that maybe, or this side. Okay, maybe like that. And yeah, what else do we want on the back of here? We don't want to make it really, really, really lumpy. So I have to be a bit careful that I don't go a bit too lumpy. I've got some of the red flowers that were from that same kind of packet. Oh, the red's quite drab in comparison to that blue. I wonder whether I had any of the small blue ones actually. Okay, let me just quickly have a look and see whether I've got any of those same ones but in the small blue. Oh, yeah, I have. So hold on 2 moments. Oops. So again, just going to pop some gold on there. Just so it's kind of, you know, matching the front. Oops. Now the small ones don't seem to have that stalky type bit on the back, so they're much better to use, you know, because they're not kind of bulking it out and being really lumpy. So yeah, let's just put that on there. Oh, now I'm going to have to peel this off because can you see it had like a lime green centre, which just is not really working for me. But luckily this is that kind of mulberry paper which you can kind of gradually peel off like layers there. So I've managed to peel that whole layer of the green off, which, you know, it just looks a lot better now, doesn't it? Because yeah, otherwise I just had a bit of lime green, which I thought, the lime green's not really got any place here whatsoever. Okay, darling, sweetie, you might need to go and blow your nose again, darling. Okay, I prefer it this side, it's got to be said, but obviously the goal was really to, you know, cover up some of that brown envelope, wasn't it? So yeah, and then thinking, maybe it has to be like that. Maybe that should be there. Maybe a couple of flowers actually, they look cute, don't they? Now obviously I took that gem off, so do we want to put that gem back on? Or do we want something bigger? Oh no, maybe that. That looks quite nice, doesn't it? So let's just go for that. Oh, am I putting this on upside down now? Yep, I was about to. Okay, oops. Just take that like that. Okay, oops. It's a bit hot. Okay. Yeah, love these 2 flowers down here. Now I'm just going to put that gem back in the centre of this one. Oh gosh. No, no, no. Stuck on my glue gun. Ah! Oh dear. This is not going well, is it? Oh, now the gem's upside down completely. I thought, oh, I must be careful that I don't stick it on upside down. What have I done? Stuck it straight on upside down. Oh my goodness. Right, this is like way too fiddly for me. So yeah, wouldn't recommend taking that centre layer out. So yeah, let's just see if I can now. Whew, that's a relief. You know, like for a minute I thought, oh, I'm not going to be able to put that back in. I mean, not that I had to, obviously, but I'm actually thinking maybe a little label or something would look good on there. What do we think? I think that would look nice. Now, do I have any accessible is the question. Because it's one thing thinking these things, it's quite another actually than having these things to hand, isn't it? So hold on 2 moments while I just have a quick look and see. Do I have any kind of label or anything that I could use? Okay. Or do we want a smaller one? I think they're too small. So yeah, let's go for this one here, I think. Actually, I've just got this number as well, which I'm thinking maybe that might look quite nice. So let's have a look and see what we think. you've taken your lashes back off now. You seem to have... Oh, now look, I've now dipped my scissors in the glue. Oh, honestly, disaster video. Right, disaster movie, like we say. Okay. Oops. So that label, and I'm just going to edge that with the gold again. Because, you know, it is Christmas after all. And hey, if you can't get the gold out at Christmas, when can you? This is a great excuse for me because I've been really feeling the gold for a while. So, I mean, talk about being able to indulge myself with the gold because it's Christmas. That's just awesome. Oops, sorry, just dropped that on the floor. Let's just pick that back up. Okay. Go around this. Okey doke. I'd really like to incorporate some of that blue ribbon on this side. I'm not quite sure. Because I don't want to necessarily put a bow on the back of the envelope because then it's going to be lumpy. So yeah, I'm not quite sure what would be a good way to incorporate it, to be honest. Oh, I've overdone the gold there. Oh dear. Yeah, overdid the gold a little bit. Okay. Oh, that's going to look really pretty on there, isn't it? Yeah, so I'm just going to have that maybe just in the centre. Maybe off, oh, I don't know now. Actually, now I'm even thinking, do I want it at all? Done like a complete U-turn within the space of like 3 seconds. So let me just look down on it. And I say this quite often, but honestly, looking down sometimes, you just get this completely different kind of perspective to just looking flat on. So it's definitely worth kind of standing up sometimes and just, you know, looking face down on it. Maybe it doesn't need that. Maybe it would need this. Maybe not. Maybe I'm kind of trying too hard here to, you know, to put some other bits on. I mean, I would like this, like I say, but I mean, I guess I could just... Do you know, let's just do that. So yeah, let's just cut this down. I just like those little decorative kind of pointy edges. I'm sure somebody once called them a dovetail edge, which that I guess makes sense, doesn't it? It sounds like the right thing to call them. Okay, I've got a couple of pretty flowers on there. And then, yeah, I'm just going to kind of ruffle this with the glue. I could have stitched this, to be honest, but obviously it didn't occur to me until just now to do it. So I'm just going to ruffle it on with the hot glue, only because I perhaps don't want to put staples on this. So, you know, I do love staples, but I feel like staples aren't the right thing for this one. So, yeah, there we go. And I'm just going to cut that edge off like that. Oh my goodness, how gorgeous and scrumptious does this look? I love how that looks. And then, do you know, I'm thinking maybe just have this on here. Or maybe even could go there, so as we kind of clamp that shut. Actually, I'm not going to clamp that shut. The reason being is because we said, didn't we, that these are very, you know, baggy envelopes. You've got loads of room in there. So I don't think I want to kind of compromise that by putting restrictions on how much it can open. So I'm just going to glue this one down here because I think it looks pretty in the centre. Okay, right, that's it. That's my finished envelope. My goodness, I mean, it's going to take me forever to fill that box, isn't it, if I'm as slow as this with all the pieces. But yes, we have this finished envelope, and obviously, as I say, I'm going to make that little journal, which has now got buried under the paper. But yeah, if I just pull that in, I'm going to make this, which will also go into the bundle of things that are in the box. So, I mean, hopefully we're just going to have a gorgeous bunch of crunchy, lovely yumminess. So I hope that this has inspired you. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully I'll come back and we'll do some other little bits and pieces to put into the box. But if not, I will just come back and, you know, we'll kind of, well, decorate up the outside of the box, I guess. So thank you so much for watching and I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks then. Bye.